This video is going to be a little bit different today, but for the most part, this idea came to me and I felt like I needed to share it. So here I am sharing it. Basically what happened was I was at the gym and I forgot my wallet there, and they called me and they said, "Hey, your wallet's here." And I forgot what else happened. There was something else happened, but irregardless, I was at my aunt's house and I dropped her off. And she said, "You should go buy a lottery ticket because you've been lucky all day today." Before I get to the end of this video, I did not buy a lottery ticket, but I did ask myself a very important question, which then sent me down this rabbit hole into all of my research and all of the things that I've discovered on this spiritual awakening. And I asked myself, I said, why is it that if energy is money, and money is energy essentially, because everything is energy, then why is it that some people win the lottery even though their frequency is that of, I guess you could say, scarcity, which is probably why they're playing the lottery, to get lucky to win money? And then again, some people who play it are very wealthy as well, probably, I would assume, and take their chances. But for the most part, in my experience, it's people who want money because they're living in scarcity, or they think that that money is going to give them something. Okay? So now for this video, I'm gonna kind of do it a little bit differently. I'm gonna try and just do a bunch of different cuts and be in a bunch of different random places, like maybe have my feet up here. Oh, you can't even see my feet. I don't even know. I'm just gonna try something because that's what creators do, man. If you wanna be a creator, you gotta do things that you ain't never done before, and maybe people will enjoy it and maybe people won't. But that's why I'm doing it, because I don't wanna just come on here and give you the same mundane talking head videos, even though a lot of those videos are very educational and they have a lot of important information, a lot of channeled information as well. But we'll see what we can do here, okay? So first and foremost, this whole video came about from one question that I asked myself, and I went down the rabbit hole to try and see what I could find, because I thought maybe if I'm asking that question, there's gotta be someone else out there asking that same question. So here's what I found, here's what I know, okay? The lie of luck and why you're not meant to win the lottery. So have you ever wondered why some people win the lottery and others, no matter how aligned, just never do? We're told that money follows energy, that abundance just flows to those in truth. But if that's the case, then why do unconscious individuals win millions, while the ones who are doing the real work are paying off a ton of debt? Here's the truth that I'd like to share with you today. Winning isn't a reward. It's not a sign that you're doing it right. It is often a test, a karmic loop, or a trap, or even a collective mirror to just show you what is possible. You see, money doesn't reward you for being good. It meets you at your level of resonance. And some people resonate with chaos. Some people resonate with rescue. Some people resonate with the exact thing that will amplify the truth or distortion that they've already been living in, right? Money does not amplify, or you don't just become a bad person because you have money, or a good person because you have money. It amplifies if you're good or bad already. But the ones who are truly here to shift the world, you're not meant to win the lottery, my friends. I say that because when I first awakened, I did think that, if I become the vibrational frequency of money, then I can go and play the lottery, and I didn't win shit. And I asked, why is that? And then finally, 5 years later, to this point that we're in now, I realized I hadn't asked the right question until I asked the right question. So again, the ones that are truly here to change the world are not meant to win the lottery. You are meant to dismantle a need for one altogether. You are not here to chase luck. You are here to become the field that others feel safe investing in. Because when truth becomes your frequency, the system cannot ignore you. It must bend. You don't need the jackpot. You are the source of it, is what I'm trying to tell you. I was gonna say is what I'm trying to say and tell you at the same time, so that's why it sounded like tell ya, because I'm trying to tell you and say it at the same time. So if this video does hit with you, please don't just comment, share it, speak it to other people, but more importantly, live as if you are already the lottery. Because if there is one thing that I've learned from this entire experience, it is this: the illusion of luck ends the moment that truth walks through the fucking door. I appreciate you being here. I hope that this helped anyone out there who might be experiencing some form of scarcity or some form of, I guess, what do you want to call it? Like this push-pull where there's this reality of this knowing of your abundance and worthiness and those kinds of things, and then the illusion that still exists. You know, so many of us are right on this precipice of completely taking the leap of faith and jumping off the ledge, which is the only way. You must be in the void. You must be in the unknown. I want you to understand something here before I end this video. I want you to understand that there is something called a synaptic cleft between the two ends of neurons, or the dendrites. I can't remember there's neurons. It's the synaptic cleft. And between that cleft is like a void. So what I want you to imagine is that neurons that fire together wire together, and that is what becomes your behavior. Those are the actions that you take when a new program is rewired in your mind. So if you can imagine you're holding on yet to this neuron here, and you're just about to let go, and you have to let go, and you're gonna fall, and you're not gonna see anything. You're gonna feel like you're floating. You're gonna be in this like abyss, this void, this emptiness, this unknown, this nothingness. But I promise you that if you stay aligned and you hold that frequency, you're gonna land, and you're gonna land essentially on that new neuron where new neurons are gonna fire and wire together. And then you will become, by embodying, by being it. If you are out there and you are in the spiritual space, do not play the lottery thinking that that is where your abundance is gonna come from. Because 9 times out of 10, not even 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna just say 10 times out of 10, and you don't have the abundance because you are not that abundance yet. It is in the becoming, it is in the journey that things form in the unknown. And holding that frequency is what allows it to be made manifest. So if this resonated with you, again, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. Genuinely, wholeheartedly, namaste to you, which really just means that my soul recognizes your soul. Thank you so much for being here.